Happy man?
Okay, real good. Hey, C4 in the trunk, take 2!
I was thinking more like biggest project of my life, take 1. This is one of the very few projects that upon starting, I had to humble myself and realize that I needed help. So the first thing that I did was I reached out to Smelt Team 6 and got Eldad and Will's help with learning about the whole Wootz metallurgical side of this.
Fucking hate New Jersey.
Spent 3 days absorbing as much information as I could, melting the pucks, forging them out. There was beer involved, and that was helpful. If you are learning about Wootz forging with no alcohol, I'm sorry, you're just not going to make it. The first figurative stone in the metaphorical castle that is this sword was, in fact, this book. This is Al-Kindi's treatise on swords and their types. Islamic swords and their types. And it is hard to find. At least it was hard to find when I got it. And as far as I'm aware, it is the only first-hand source of original Wootz swordsmiths' work.
Hello.
You would hear it if it dropped.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is a very, very time-consuming process. We started forging this puck at maybe 1 p.m., 1:30, and it's 7:30 now.
I mentioned in the previous video how much I absolutely despise forging Wootz. These pucks I did melt myself. And the fact that it was so troublesome meant that I ended up melting 2 different pucks and getting them to bar stage, and then forge welding them together and drawing out my blade from there, because I simply could not get a puck big enough that I could draw out in one go without it cracking. And it seems to be the case that a smaller puck is easier to draw out. I'm not sure why. It might have something to do with the heat consistency throughout the middle of the mass. There's a whole bunch of magic unknowns regarding Wootz. And I'm not going to be the guy that's going to lay out the facts and definitions, because I'm not sure there is anyone that knows all of them.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
thinking. Why am I in a hole, you might ask? Because, you know, guy stuff. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yep. The big one. I'm gonna be me. Nice. Holy shit. I think that might be all you get. Oh, there it is. Yes. Victory. So the big center puck ingot, the big centerpiece of the billet, the big puck, the center puck billet, the one puck in the middle of the billet. The bigger puck in the middle of the billet is oriented top of puck as tang side, and the two sandwiching puck pieces are top of puck on the inside. Theory being, when I draw out the blade, no center of puck bullshit will be anywhere along my edges or on my faces or anywhere that is critical. My impression is that the current understanding is that you can't really forge weld Wootz. The reasoning being, like, you get it to forge welding temperatures and the carbides fall into solution, so the carbide dendrites that appear as the pattern vanish or something. I'm not entirely sure. But as you can see, I stuck it in a fire and got it hot and smacked it together and it welded. So as far as I'm concerned, if it's iron or an iron alloy of any kind, it can be forge welded.
Hey, Silas. You're gonna do me a huge favor. Yeah. You open up the forge door for me. Yeah.
Al-Kindi mentions in his book that the swords were forged thin and only the edges quenched. This is problematic if you're making a two-bladed sword, and the only way I know to quench only the edges is to apply clay.
Surely they had a better system 1,000 years ago.
Glad that's on video. Good. Go.
You want another one on the end, or you want another one right here?
Okay. Didn't get the opportunity to check the straightness, but... It's because the egg, Wootz ingots egg, symbolism of egg. Feeding ore to an ostrich, right? Yeah. Another thing mentioned in Al-Kindi's book is documented examples of people feeding iron ore to an ostrich, waiting, I guess, for the ostrich to shit out the ore, and then they collect it and melt it, and that supposedly purifies it. This has been proven false. It's a total myth, but it's a really interesting idea, considering that the Wootz ingots that we have found as artifacts are egg-shaped. Of course, there's the metaphor of the golden goose egg, the fairy tale. The purification of having an ostrich produce an egg from ore. Like, it's quite a long list of symbolisms that align with the egg. But I didn't want to include an egg on the sword, because it's like, the other person I reached out to for help was in fact Jordan LaMothe. I reached out to him for a class on Kaftgari because he's the only guy I know of that knows anything about Kaftgari, who is also willing to teach me. I spent 2 days at his place learning the ins and outs of the technique, and then spent months and months and months practicing to be able to be proficient enough at Kaftgari to put it on the sword. Because starting out, there is no such thing as a good result.
And they'll thicken a little bit too. Yeah. See, lines that are really close together will sometimes merge into one.
Oh, good. Hide all the sins. Yeah. Aside from forging out Wootz, Kaftgari is perhaps the most difficult technique related to bladesmithing at all.
You might want to give yourself a border first so that they all stop at the same place.
Wow.
Dare you to come up with a harder technique.
Wow, leave a comment and see if it's true.
Leave a comment, see if there's any technique at all that is harder than Kaftgari. I don't think you can do it. Isn't this just so interesting? Why only on camera? Why does it when I press record the thing breaks, and when I'm not recording, I'm like, oh, this is going really well, I should film it. It snaps. Why is that, huh? What the fuck? You may notice that the sword design overall is Western in shape, but Islamic in decoration. There is a specific reason for this, one that is difficult to research. The reason that this sword is called a Jineta is because it came as a result of Islamic people in Spain known as the Jinites or the Zenites. And they invented an entire style of combat. There were horses, there were stirrups, I think. There was this type of sword with a super upswept hilt that is basically a horseshoe. And there's not much documentation on the Zenites. The style of fighting that came about as a result of the Jinites was called a la Jineta by the Spanish. Hence, Jineta. like this, you might think, oh, that's fairly close. It's like almost fit up. And then you look in the top and you can see that I've still got a good, where's the light? I've still got a good 3/16, maybe 1/8 of an inch to go down. Like this collar needs to sit lower down onto the handle. I've just been going around and marking it with a pencil where it touches. You know what I mean? And then as it, I guess there. And as I remove that material, it sinks down a little bit further, and plus it gives me shit. Okay, well, you get the idea. Yeah, I used to think, what did I used to think? One thing I've been learning over the past year probably, is that it's not how long you can be content sitting in one spot messing with tiny shitty fit-ups. It's how efficient you can be with what moves you make. Because if you can really efficiently just mark all this out and then remove only the material that you need to, the boring work will be done in much less time. Each of these mating surfaces is in-cut, so this whole rim is beveled this way, and this whole rim is beveled this way, such that I might get a more efficient mating surface. The smaller the surface that has to match, the easier it will be to remove material and have a very precise fit. But this is dumb. I hate this. That's not true. I kind of like it, because this is a really strangely shaped thing, and that's a really strange shape, and I really like that. Somebody done burned the shit out of my picture. I don't know what he's doing over there, but there's knives all over the floor, there's tools on the floor. He keeps throwing shit. He's on a fucking tear. So I'm gonna stay over here, play with my pitch. I have no idea how much of this you can see, because I can't see what you see. All I can see is what I can see. And I know that's unfortunate and all that, but it's a little bit more important that I can see than you. It's not pure gold. It's like 14 to 18, somewhere in there. Ah, what a pain in the dick. Good, very good. Love that. There it goes. Before you say anything at all, yes, I know that I need the pliers that they actually use for this. This sucks. Unfortunately, the money that would have gone towards the pliers that do this went to this. So go fuck yourself. Motherfucking ugh, brother. Brother. Alright. Uh-oh. That's expensive. I just want a smaller section to mess with, because that is cumbersome. And I don't need that much. What the hell am I doing? I don't really know if you're supposed to do this, but I'm filing down the end. And don't worry, dust is right there. I'm filing down the end so that it will fit enough through the drop plate to be able to pull the thing through. Because if it doesn't fit through the thing, it doesn't. Ugh. I am here, and I need to be here. So I gotta kneel 4 more times. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 more times. Good. I love this. I love this a lot. Oh. Well, that wasn't so bad. I just gotta do all that again. Oh, sorry, dude. You got punched. There it is. These little pliers have been through a lot. These little pliers have been through fires in California and several moves across the country and being lost in a toolbox somewhere. I don't assume any of this audio is going to be kept, but now Addison gets to listen to it for funsies. Oh, nice. Holy shit, that's small. Oh, that was tricky. All right, there it is. A little bit small. There it is. Absolutely minuscule. Think about there, right? Yeah. You sick of looking at this bench yet? I know I am. There are often days when I sit here doing something like this. I sit here and I rub a small thing on another small thing until this one of those small things looks a little bit more like the small thing that I need it to look like. And I remind myself that this is my job. This is literally my job. Like I quit a real job to sit here and file on this small thing with a small file. And then maybe after I get bored of that, I'll take this small thing and go like this. And then this becomes my job. And it's not that I hate this job. I love this job. There's no job that I'd rather be doing. If I had to make all the choices with the benefit of foresight that led me to this point, I would make all of them again in a heartbeat. In less than a heartbeat. I was once a small boy, believe it or not. But beyond the days of being a small boy, I found people doing exactly this, making swords on YouTube. And I thought to myself, you know, I don't think there's anything that I can do, that I want to do, that I should do, that is more beneficial to me and the society that I happen to inhabit than file on this tiny thing with a tiny file. Right now, I can't see. Either the camera sees or I see. There's no fucking in between.
Yep.
Now I get to do all that again. How's that for fucking awesome?
Fucking mint. Look at that.
So along the vein of the tradition that I wished to follow for this particular piece, being that it's an Islamic sword, is one of heavy embellishment. There's lots of embellishment in as many places as you can fit it.
See how much easier that is? Oh my god.
This has to do with the culture of the time and the place. If your caliph is dressed in rags and has a plain iron sword, your people might feel less good about giving him taxes, and having him lead your soldiers into battle. If he is diamond encrusted and covered in gold, now it is honorable to die for this man. Hence the kaftgare, hence the gold, hence the silver. I've completed the first side. Second side has been prepared for the remaining kaftgare, and you'll notice if I turn it this way, all those little scratches. That's why this face and this face got done before that face. Just gotta make sure not to slip onto either of these sides when I do that.
Ooey ooey.
Ooey ooey.
Here you go.
Here I go. And in the modern times, the Wootz steel. It's difficult to make Wootz, so it is now a sign of status. There is a status allocated with a Wootz blade because it means you had the money to spend on a craftsman's time to make a very difficult to produce type of steel.
Balls.
Etching technique. Didn't I already discuss etching in the previous video?
Was you dip it in.
You dip it in ferric and wipe it with oxalic.
If you want to repeat that.
You can use nitric acid. You can use oxalic acid. Wootz etches like shit. I told you that last time. Best avoid the subject altogether.
This is the craziest pattern I have ever seen. Not because it's like, oh my god, it's just weird.
I have no idea. Whoa! That allows me to come here like it is. I have a pretty steep angle. Not damage the other side. Damn.
seems smaller still.
This sword is an exercise in participating in a tradition, which is the valuable aspect of swordsmithing for me. The Islamic tradition of completely gold encrusted and so fancy embellished that you can't even shake a stick at it. And really, it's an opportunity for me to delve into the world of Eastern swords that are foreign to my Western eye. To be a well-rounded craftsman, I would wish to take considerable sections of my life and use them to study individual categories. And Islamic happened to be next. That's why we're here. I asked the client if I could sign the piece in his and my name in Arabic script. This is a bit of a bold move because I don't read Arabic, but it was the least that I could do to make a faithful Islamic piece. To learn some amount of Arabic calligraphy in order to write the inscriptions that I wish to have on the piece, because traditionally proclamations of religion and faith or general tidbits for life that were wished to be immortalized were placed on the sides of blades or in decorative script somewhere.
If any Arabic speakers could tell me how good of a job I did. I can't read my own writing for the first time, I think, ever in my life. What a beautiful language.
So I decided to follow this tradition by putting my name and the client's name, which are Gabriel, Jibril, which is the archangel who was also present in Islam, and Khalifa, which literally means Caliph, king. And so his name being his name, it was going on the piece either way, and it's just so perfectly fitting that his name is Caliph, because it's the sword of a previous caliph who wielded it in battle. That was too fitting. And then my name being the name of the archangel that completely leveled an entire city with nothing but the tip of his wing. He's very powerful and significant, so I had to consider very carefully what it meant for me to put my name on this sword in this script. And I believe I have done well and not insulted anyone by imposing my name on a piece that houses a religion that I don't necessarily subscribe to. Don't necessarily subscribe to any religion, but I think religion is one of the more important aspects of our existence as a society. Is my hair looking stupid?
Yeah, we're doing an Einstein thing.
Or maybe.
I found the equation.
I found it. Finally, I have finished my sword. And I come to the surface to tell you about it. It was a very long winter. Yes.
Oh, shit.
For a very long time, I made my fortune.
You gotta open one eye way wide. There you go.
Yes!
Uncle Ruckus style.
Uncle Ruckus, no relation.
That's good.
Blade Show was coming up as I was working on this sword. And when Blade Show is months away, you're like, oh, I've got months, it's fine. And then months pass and the sword isn't done. And you go, oh, I had months, it's not fine. It ended up being the case that I had 7 days to finish 6 surfaces of Kaftkari. So I started counting the days by how many surfaces of Kaftkari on the guard I could do.
Yeah, likey.
I spent, 1 day per face.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 of 6. I crammed this down in 1 day. Theoretically, it should only take me 6 more days to finish this thing.
And by day 3, the landlord had cut our power to the shop because there was a different meter on another side of the building that was drawing a shit ton of power, and he thought it was us with the new power hammer. And he just cut the power. He didn't say, hey, let's renegotiate. He didn't say, hey, what's going on over here? He didn't visit. He just said, off with your power. Let them eat cake.
boy.
Bend it a little bit.
How about it? I'm gonna be me. Don't try and do this.
Don't try
today.
and install this and have it up and running today. Take your time on it because it's something that's like meaningful and gonna make you guys a lot of money and shit. And you're gonna be able to do a lot of work with it. So don't try and like fucking half-ass rush it. Take your time, do it right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to rush it. You're gonna have it forever, right?
True.
Nice. Holy shit. Oh! Less nice. Yeah, but the problem, the base is almost at the very back of the pad on this side.
As long as this lip is not up above this, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think so too.
So if you can push it back just a little bit.
Yeah,
Push it back
yeah.
a little bit.
I think that might be all you get. Oh, there it is. Yes. Victory. See ya.
These things are oily as fuck. The whole hammer is going
I
to
hope
be
so.
coated. It's going to be.
What?
Why you say you hope so? So erotically and weird.
Because it better be fucking oily, or else it's gonna shit
So you're going to
itself.
have oil. You can just see the little bit inside there.
Most of it, how you feel?
Yeah.
How you feel? It's all good.
I feel good.
Yeah, we feeling good?
Look at it. It's fucking there. We got 3 power hammers. We're down to press, but we got 3 power hammers.
Damn right.
All I know is that me with my steel rack of super space age steel, I'm going to make something that kind of approximates twist iron bar steel. I love my job. Look at this, dude. Wide swords are the best.
I think it looks like shit.
I think it looks perfect. Fuck you.
Human life is valuable because it doesn't last forever. If it lasted forever, there would be no point in trying to attain or achieve or accomplish anything, because you would have time to do it later. So being that shit happens, sometimes your landlord decides to cut your power, sometimes your Wootz ingot explodes. There's no planning for these things. And given the fact that I haven't shown you an ad, I would just like you to be aware that there is now a Patreon page with a tip jar and an early release for this very video. But since you've already watched the video, it doesn't matter that there's an early release, so I'm backwards. There will be a Patreon page with a tip jar. If you would wish to support us, you can always commission a sword from us. Here's our Instagrams.
Bam!
Bam! You can also go to tinytownforge.com and email us directly about a specific commission. Instagram, email, website, as you please. Help us keep the show running. Because I don't make money off YouTube. I don't know if you noticed, but you didn't watch an ad. The entire hour and however long this video is. Think about that. Just think about the free enjoyment you got out of this.
Okay, well, I've brought all the Kukari stuff, including the whole sword situation, into the basement of the house. Because the power's off, trying to kick us out. So, rate my setup, I guess. 4, 6, 8 lines away from finishing, so finishing the whole side. You know, when I was learning this technique under Jordan LaMothe, whenever he would talk about something that's difficult, or that takes a long time to master, he would describe it as though he would do it so calmly and say like, oh yes, Kavtkari is in fact considerably difficult. And he wouldn't even emphasize it like I just did. He was like, yes, Kavtkari is considerably difficult, takes a good deal of practice. And I'd be like, okay, it takes practice to get good at. And then I started doing it, and it was like somewhere between 700 and 800 times harder than I thought it was going to be. So, Jordan, if you're watching this, you need to stop doing that. You need to be upfront about exactly how difficult this shit is when you're teaching this to people. My goodness. Oh, Jesus. Ain't that a sight?
Oh. I just got 2 or 3. Probably 2. One. Shit. That timing, where the spacing is kind of shitty. Oh, I gotta take a break though. Done. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I don't think so. Oh, choose your smith!
Oh, fucking